All right, what is going on, YouTube? We're back with another video. First off, as always, I just wanna say that I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I hope you woke up excited to take on the world, to conquer something new today, to spread some love, to spread some positivity, to soak up all that negative energy that the world's been giving you and just keep it to yourself and just exert nothing but positivity and love and kindness and words of encouragement and motivation. So let's get into the video. You guys saw the title, right? Discomfort. Today we're going to talk about why discomfort is your best friend. Discomfort is the key to getting to where you want to be, right? And obviously that sounds very counterintuitive, right? As humans, evolutionarily, like instinctually, in terms of survival, our brain doesn't want us to go through discomfort, right? We're wired to want to be comfortable, right? And especially in the society that we live in contemporary American society, everything is built around comfort, convenience, improving quality of life, making life easier, making life more comfortable. And while that's a great thing, it also comes with some huge negative side effects, which are stagnation, right? So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I got my first point written down here like I normally do, and that is life is not about comfort, right? The society that we live in, the culture that we live in, it's so focused around you being comfortable and happy and everything being sunshine and rainbows. And then, as you grow up, you start to realize that that's just bullshit. Like that doesn't get you anywhere, right? If you just live in this happy little bubble all the time and eat Jello and pudding and everything is great, then you're gonna devolve into like this sad, sorry little shell of a human that's not good at anything. You know what I mean? So humans are designed for forward progress, right? There's something built in us. We're wired to be hungry for forward progress and growth, right? And that's a great thing. Huge problems arise whenever we become stagnant. Huge problems arise and we start to feel this sense of impending doom. We start to feel like maybe we're wasting our lives. We just feel this big wave of negative emotions when we find ourselves stagnant, right? We're not waking up and we're not struggling. We're not grinding. We're not putting ourselves to the test. We're not pushing ourselves, right? Because we have all this comfort, right? And we just want to be comfortable and we feel sorry for ourselves. We don't want to face discomfort, but that is the key. Discomfort is the key to growth, to forward progress, right? So my second point that I have written down here is that the only way to progression, the only way to growth, the only way to get to where you want to be is through the fire, right? Avoiding your problems will never get you to where you want to be, right? So let's say that you have something about yourself that you really don't like. You have something about yourself that you probably shouldn't be doing and you need to stop doing it, right? The only and a lot of people say, a lot of people that I know, a lot of people that I've seen like on the internet, whatever, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. A lot of people think that like one day they're just going to wake up and they're just gonna be just inspired and they're just gonna be filled with motivation to do all of these things that they need to start doing and to stop doing these things that they need to stop doing. That is never going to happen. You are never going to wake up. Let's say that you're really out of shape. And one of the goals that you have for yourself, you think to yourself, man, I would really like to get in shape, You are never going to wake up and be like, man, I want to go to the gym and exert a whole bunch of physical energy and exhaust myself and try to lose weight. That's never going to happen. You're going to have to drag your ass to the gym and you're going to have to get it going. You're going to have to face that discomfort, right? You're going to have to look at that challenge ahead of you, whatever it is, and you're going to have to willfully accept the fact that there's going to be pain and suffering and struggle, and you have to say, you know what? Bring that on. Because what that's going to do is that's going to make me a better version of myself that I am today, right? Steel sharpens steel. Something that I like to think about all the time is the fact that when you take a knife and you put it in a knife sharpener, do you think that knife feels good when you're grinding it against the other fucking metal? Do you think that feels good to that knife? No, it probably hurts. If you were that knife, you would not want to go into that sharpener and scrape yourself against the metal, right? And have pieces of you fall off, shaven off so that you're sharper, right? But what happens at the end of the day? The knife is a better version of what it once was because it was put to the test and it scraped off all that old dull, those shavings, right? You need to get rid of those and you need to sharpen yourself because then you'll be better equipped to face life, right? And the only way to do that is to face the discomfort, is to look at the discomfort and say, yes, bring it on. I'm ready, right? And my third point here is that you can start very small. Like you can look at something in your life that maybe you want to start doing or something that you want to stop doing, and you can start very small and watch the snowball effect. See what happens, right? Once you actually start seeing you start seeing your hard work and your suffering and your toils pay off a little bit, then you will be so inspired to tackle everything in your life that you don't like. You will just be so energized to take on these challenges, right? Because you'll realize the type of power, the type of potential that you have, right? So what I like to tell myself, shout out my man Logan, he says this all the time, is you should always do one thing, at least one thing every day that you hate doing, right? Let's say that you hate running. Get up in the morning, right? Before you got to go to work. Let's say you go to work at 9 in the morning. Get up at 7 o'clock and run for an hour, right? Before work. And see how you feel. Just see how you feel. You're going to wake up at 7. Your alarm's going to go off, right? And you're going to be faced with the challenge. Do I get my ass up and get out of bed and run even though I hate running? Why would I do that to myself, right? It's sharpening you. You're taking yourself and as the knife, and you're putting yourself into that sharpener and you're scraping yourself, right? And that's hard to do. A lot of people don't have what it takes to do that every single day. But you have to, like, if you don't, you'll just end up continuing to be a version of yourself that you're not happy with, right? You have to do it. It's necessary. Because the cost of not getting out of bed and running, the cost of not putting yourself through that fire is continuing to be a version of yourself that's less than who you could be. And that's the ultimate payment. That's the ultimate failure, right? Continuing your whole entire life to have these problems that are weighing heavy on you that you could eliminate if you tried really hard, but you don't. That's way worse than getting your ass up and running in the morning. Getting up and running in the morning at 7 o'clock seems like nothing compared to living a lifetime of being unfit, right? If that's just the example that I'm going along with, right? So one example of this that was really hard for me, and I struggled with it for a long time, was nicotine addiction. And I had a Juul, and I had a Enjoy, and I had a whole bunch of different vaping devices, right, that I used to get nicotine because I was addicted to nicotine for a very long time. And I knew, right? I knew that if I tried to quit, it was going to suck. It was going to be horrible. I was going to face withdrawals and I was going to face struggle and pain, and it was going to be terrible for a while, right? And it was for like the first week and a half, 2 weeks, I was pissed off all the time. I was really angry at little tiny shit that should not be making me angry. I put myself in that position because I knew that it was worth it. Because every day, in the back of my mind, I hated the fact that I was addicted to nicotine. I hated it. But I was just feeling sorry for myself, and I continued to give in to the nicotine, and I wasn't forcing myself to go through that struggle. And then once I did it, it was so amazing. Like, yes, it sucked and it was horrible, but now that I am nicotine free and now that I have eliminated that element of my life that I didn't like, it's empowering, right? Because once you take care of something like that, and that's not like a humongous feat that I did, right? Like, yeah, I overcame nicotine addiction, but a lot of people are going through a lot worse than that. You know what I mean? But you can't discredit yourself. You have to start small. You have to start to eliminate things about yourself that you don't like, that are not super grandiose. Like, you don't want to just start tackling the most impossible tasks that you could think of. Start with something small. And then once you kick your nicotine addiction, or whatever that thing is that you want to start off with, you will realize how powerful you are. You will realize how much potential you have, because you can do that with anything in your life. You can do that with anything you want to do. If you want to become a guitar player, right? It's gonna suck for a while because you're not gonna sound good, right? And your fingers are gonna hurt, and it's not gonna be fun. And you're gonna have spent money on this guitar, and you're gonna be pissed off because you don't sound like fucking Eric Clapton yet, right? Because you haven't gone through the struggle yet. You haven't put yourself through that sharpener for long enough to where you're an excellent guitar player. Let that, when you start to see progress, when you start to chip away at those things you don't like about yourself, let it fuel you. Use that as motivation to start tackling any challenge that you want to tackle in your life. And then the world will start to change around you once you start doing that. Instead of viewing the world as a series of challenges and tasks and just struggles that you're doomed to face your whole entire life. Because here's the thing is you're going to have trials and tribulations your whole entire life, right? So instead of just scraping by and having this shit attitude about how you're going to have to tackle things in life, you might as well view them as opportunities to grow. You might as well view your trials and tribulations as opportunities to progress as a person, because you're going to have to face those trials anyway, right? So put your armor on and get ready to fight the motherfucking dragon, because that is how you turn yourself into a warrior, right? Mentally, physically, blah, blah, blah. Start tackling those things. Discomfort is your biggest tool in life. Discomfort is exactly what you need to start transforming yourself, right? And the sky is the limit. The sky is the absolute limit. You just have to be willing to work. And it's so worth it, because if you're not willing to work, if you're not willing to go through the fire, if you're not willing to struggle and grind, then the cost of that is living a life that you're dissatisfied with. And that is way worse than whatever pain you're going to go through working out or quitting nicotine or picking up a guitar, blah, 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 whatever. Way, way, way worse, because then you're not going to be satisfied with yourself. You're not going to be happy with who you are. You're going to have to go to bed at the end of the day and know that you chose comfort over growth and progression as a person. And that's not the way to go. You can't live like that, right? Because that just leads to dissatisfaction. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I'm super excited to be back. I'm super excited to continue to be making these videos for you guys. To be honest, I needed this video more than you guys did. I can guarantee you that, because I've been lacking lately. I haven't been following my own advice. I've been choosing comfort over the grind. I just haven't been in the best place. You know, I've been slipping. I've been allowing myself to slip, and it's on me. And but I'm back at it, and I'm not going to allow that to continue, because it's super important that I don't. And I love you guys. And go out there and spread some love, spread some positivity, give words of encouragement. We are limitless. We really are. Our potential is limitless. So go out there and let somebody know that they're awesome and that you love them. And yeah, continue to work on yourself. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.